Hello, Chris Walker here with Big Angie Fan Channel here in beautiful Hawaii. Back with another in my series of A to Z reactions and reviews based on Rusty Shackleford's compilation of 132 songs. I haven't done any of these for a while. Got to pick up the pace. There's just so many, even though she's hasn't turned 16 yet. She has such a big collection of songs already. Okay, this is I Have Nothing. This is a song that there's some controversy about. Some people just really love it, and then other people have some serious issues with it. So where do I fall on this? I've seen this a lot of times. In fact, I just made a mashup of this one, of her and Whitney Houston singing it. So this is going to be entirely a review, and let's see where I fall on this. Okay, let's go. Just using the exact same music as Whitney did.
All my colors for you. Take my love, I'll never ask for too much.
So for me, in this first part of the song, these softer parts, for me, she's actually better than Whitney Houston. The voice has more texture and soul to it, and that actually continues on even when she starts to do the more what is Whitney's specialty with the belting. But she also is sounding quite a bit like Whitney here. In addition to the mashup that I had made, I also made an experimental version that had the isolated vocals as a better way of, if you really want to compare the vocals of the two of these. So here's that first, when they first start singing, and you can see how closely she matches Whitney in her sound in this first part, but also how, I think that the tone is actually better here. So let's watch this comparison. This is isolated vocals.
Share my life, take me for what I am, 'cause I'll never change.
Now here comes in Angelina.
All my colors for you.
Very, very similar tone.
Take my love, I'll never ask,
but just more emotion in the voice.
just how that you are and everything that you do.
Now here, when it goes back to Whitney,
I don't really need to look very much further. I don't want to have to go where you...
see, now there I think Whitney's voice sounds harsher. Angelina's voice is better in that part. So definitely, at least in this first part of the song, Angelina Jordan, I think overall is better. And of course, she's a 13-year-old doing this in one or two takes. So very impressive indeed so far. Let's continue on.
Just how that you are and everything that you do. I don't really need to look very much further. I don't want to have to go where you don't follow. I don't want to hold it back again. This passion inside, I can't run from myself. There's nowhere to hide. Don't make me close my
So here's where a lot of people hearing this for the first time really get blown away because, a lot of people who have heard some Angelina Jordan, have kind of started out on the Angelina Jordan journey, know that she can do these softer tones very beautifully. But to hear her belt like that and belt so powerfully, that takes a lot of people aback. And it's, again, making this mashup with her and Whitney Houston. I listen to both of them back and forth a lot, and with this belting here, she's right up with Whitney for power, which is saying a lot because Whitney Houston was one of the best kind of power belters of all time, and we're comparing this one or two take version with with a studio version that Whitney had many takes to get it just the way she wanted. So definitely, so far it's she's more than holding her own. I think it's better. But this is kind of a tale of two songs for me. This is where I'm agreeing more with the critics. I think as it gets farther on, the strain starts to show up some with the belting. Not yet, but let's go on.
Don't walk away from me. I have nothing if I don't have you.
Well, that part is definitely better than Whitney. That little rasp in her voice. Again, all the way through here, I think she has the advantage of our Whitney.
Inside, can't run from the set. There's nowhere to hide. Your love I remember forever. Don't make me close the door. I don't wanna hurt anymore.
No, so far she's still doing really good with the belting. I think, So we're like 3/4 of the way through the song, and she's definitely overall better than Whitney. I think the ways that she's most better than Whitney is more comes in the softer passages, but she's definitely holding her own with Whitney here in these belting passages. But that's about to change. There you can hear some strain, I think.
Don't walk away from me. I have nothing. Don't make me close the door.
Now here is where I think that there's very clearly some signs of strain. It's here is where she's definitely falling down in this third quarter of the song. And I think it's interesting how some of the some Angelina fans seem to get so defensive about this, like there's something wrong with saying that, occasionally her reach exceeds her grasp. I think in this case it did. Although she can do some brilliant belting, to do a lot of sustained belting throughout a song, that's not her strong point. She has many other ways where she's very, very powerful. For me, she's my favorite singer, and That's saying a lot for a 15-year-old. And the first part of the song, I think she's, better than the great Whitney Houston. But, she, this kind of sustained power belting is not her strong point, and it shows here. Now some people have said no, they don't see that as she's doing it just the way that Whitney does it, and I have to disagree on that. So I'm just going to do the isolated vocals for just that part with Whitney first and then Angelina. And to me, it's very clear that Angelina's struggling here. Okay, let's listen to this. So especially the first part, don't make me, she's definitely off pitch there. This is still a good version, and especially considering that it's one or two takes and that she's 13, it's a great version. But, on this part of the song, she is outdone by Whitney. Now, I don't know how many takes Whitney had to do that. I know that in live performances on that part of the song, she doesn't go that high, whereas Angelina's, doing it live, or at the most with, a couple of takes. But, yeah, so it's a tale of two songs for me. The first 2/3, 3/4 of it, she's clearly better. Then there's this rough patch here. And then at the end, I think she's also is better at the end. So let's continue on. Now there's this part where it cuts away from her, and I could see where a cynical person might say that, here is where she switched to a different take because she was really out of breath, but she didn't want to show the cut, But I don't think it was that. I think that she just wanted to have this title like this. It's not, it's not to disguise a cut. But it's possible. So let's hear that last part. See, that part is wonderful. Okay, so, let the debate begin. I know that people have talked about how, even in that part of the belting, that she's just as good as Whitney there. And I don't agree with that. And, other reactors have said the same thing, like the great Cissy Dover remarked on that, and some other ones too. But it's still, considering her age, considering the circumstances of the recording, it's still a wonderful version, and nothing that she can't be proud of. And of course she has other songs where she does some absolutely magnificent, crazy belting. Okay, this has been Chris Walker with Big Angie Fan Channel here in beautiful Hawaii. Aloha.